Hey guys, Opal here and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do another full tour of my newly decorated valley. And first we're starting off with the plaza. So I did a nice wizard theme, very lush and green when you come in. I have these two little gazebos on each side with some seating and things like that. And then on this side I have a little Merlin area, and I just put a little space for Merlin to make potions and do research and things like that. I also have a little sitting area underneath this tree with lots and lots of flowers. Here is some overview shots of this little wizard area. I really love how this turned out. And then next we have a Rapunzel area, and I just put Rapunzel's tower and a little sitting area on the side. I used a lot of the new Mulan Star Path items as well as some tangled items. I put a little arts and crafts area for Rapunzel, as well as some kites and other little decorations like that. Here are some overview shots of this little area. Honestly, I really love how this turned out. I think it looks super cute. And then on this side we have the same sort of setup with another gazebo with some seating. And then on this side we have a little park area with some picnic blankets and a nice clock tower. Here's another little view of this area. And then I have this little house. I obviously went with the purple cottage because, as you can tell, this theme is really blue and purple in this biome. I also added a fountain on this area, as well as making sure I had the same sort of sitting area like I had on the other side. And then I have this beautiful little sitting area. It reminds me of a very fairy core sitting area. I just imagine little fairies eating here. Here's a better look at this little sitting area, as well as the purple cottage and the park. And here is a full overview shot of this whole biome, just in case you wanted to recreate anything. And then next I have my peaceful meadow, which I decorated this as a fairy core build. I have all of my fairy items and houses in this biome. So I just have this little entrance with lighting and seating and foliage. And then to this side I have my mushroom manor, and I just put lots and lots of foliage, some seating, as well as lots of Cinderella items. I also made sure to checken my pathing over here to make it look really natural. And then I have lots of food and things on the tables. And yeah, just lots and lots of foliage. I tried to make it look super natural and overgrown. Here's an overview of this little build. I honestly really love this area so much. I think it's super cute. And then on the other side I have a little cottage, and I just fenced this off. I put some food and drinks on the table, as well as another little sitting area in the back. And then on this side I have the little hobbit house, and I have the similar decorations, just some food on the table and flowers and things like that. Here's a closer look at these two builds. I honestly love how these look. I think they look super cute. And then we have the Fairy Bloss home, which I really love too. I put a little park area over here and I just love how colourful it looks. I put some crates and things like that. And then I just have the Fairy Bloss home, and yeah, lots and lots of foliage. I kind of just went ham with all of the stuff. Lots of colours, really bright. And I also added some of these, are they the cacao and coffee. Here's a closer look at this build. I really love how all the colours look. So coming to the other side of the biome, I just have a little sitting area where the lake is. And then to this side I did another little sitting area with a clock tower, some random decorations, and then I have two lovely gazebos with some flowers, and I'm kind of just pretending this is like a flower mart. Somewhere where you can go and pot flowers, and then I just have some food on this little table here. Here's what it looks like. And then coming through here I have more of a market area, but I have the stalls. So I just put Kristoff's stall and then Goofy's Peaceful Meadow stall here. I also just added a few balloons and random items. And then I have my lovely Tinkerbell area. I used quite a lot of the tangled items. I am just imagining fairies coming here to paint and play guitar. I put lots of flowers and things like that. And a little fountain area. And then I have the fairy godmother's build, and honestly it's just a lot of pumpkins. Can't really go wrong with pumpkins. Here is an overview of these two little builds. We have the Tinkerbell house and then the fairy godmother's house. Next is my Dazzle Beach, and this is kind of an extension of my city build since I didn't do a city build in my plaza. So I just have Stitch's house on this side with some Stitch related items. And then over here I have the Hawaiian home, which came in that amazing bundle. And I just put a load of foliage and seeding kind of in their front yard just to give it a little bit of decoration. And then on this side I have a main boardwalk to the beach with some seating, and I just tried to decorate these little sitting areas with some items here and there. Then I also have this little area for a lifeguard, as well as my fountain, which is super overgrown. And then coming through here I have a little market area with some fruits and veggies, some books on the table, and this little ice cream cart. Even more seating. And even more markets, but yeah, I love the way the little markets look, so I love to do a lot of them on my beaches. I also just love how these little vans look, especially when you put extra decorations around them. I also decided to put Buzz's RV on the beach just because I think it kind of suited the build. Here is a closer look at the Hawaiian home, as well as Stitch's home. And of course the little beach area. Next up we have Moana's build on this little circle area of the beach, and honestly it's quite small so I can't really fit much, but I did include some things like a little sitting and eating area and a little relaxing area too. I also made sure to add little decorations here and there where I can, and also Maui's statue obviously. Here's a little look at the Moana area. And then lastly for the beach I have this little strip of area which is kind of decorated, a little bit weird honestly. I have lots of foliage and things on this side, as well as some bananas, seating. I really wanted to use this kind of deserty fountain. I think it looks really good in this area. And then on the other side I have the same thing with the seating, bananas, and then of course I had to do a little fish area, so I have this set up as a little outdoor restaurant with Moana's boat. Here's some closer looks at the build. Next we have the Glade of Trust, which is decorated as a lot of different things at the same time. So on this side we have a big farm, all inspired by Elle's toy barn. So I have a big pumpkin farm in the middle with these rustic kind of gates which I think look like something you would find in a horse barn, so I think they fit perfectly. And then I have a little truck in the corner. And then through this side I have a little seating area with some fruit and veggie stalls, as well as a little picnic place. And then I have even more fruits and veggies growing. I think those are carrots and tomatoes. And then I have a little skinny pathway to get to some sitting areas, and then it joins back up to the main pathing. I used a lot of bamboo in this biome just to cover up the ugly rocks on the sides. Here's some shots of this side of the biome. And then over here I did a little Ursula area, which I've never done before, but I really like the way it looks. I just put a little stage and her house, and I put a lot of the purple and pink foliage in this area just to really set the mood, as well as the little cherry trees. And then through this side I have my full Mulan build. So on this side I have a little tea drinking area with the very pink and very cute house, as well as Wally's garden, which I think works really good in this area. And then coming through here we have this really pretty centerpiece where I put the gong, fireworks, and yeah, I love this little centerpiece. I think it looks really magical and really pretty. I also have this little tent area on the side, as well as Mulan's house over here with a little spa pool and little training area on the side. Here's some closer looks at this Mulan build. And now we have the Frosted Heights, which is actually my least favorite biome to decorate, but I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. On one side I have my frozen biome, and on the other side I have my Candyland. So we'll start with the frozen biome. Coming in here I have a little market area on this side, and I just have some Christmas inspired food items as well as some hot cocoa. And then on this side I just have some fruits and veggies. And then I have a little igloo and some seating on both sides of this entrance. And then through here we have the frozen area, so I just put some tables and chairs and some pillars. I have these ice skating rinks on each side, which I really love. And then some fountains. And then this pathing, it just connects on both sides around the building. Here are some overview shots of the build. And now I have my Candyland area, which honestly looked really ugly while I was building it, but now that it's done, I really love it. So walking in, I just have this little table filled of lots of treats. I used so many of the lollipops and different colored foliage to really give a bright look. I also use this Christmas train, which I think works perfectly in this area. On each side of this circle area, I have these popsicle stick chairs as well as this little gingerbread house. And then on the other side, I have the up balloon as well as a little donut stall with the donut chair. Yeah, like I said, I really love how this build turned out, this Candyland area. Here are some overview shots of the build. Okay, next we have the Sunlit Plateau, which I have decorated as a theme park on one side and then the Toon Town on the other. So in the middle here I have a little sitting area with just some basic seating, and then I have my Mickey ride right here. I kind of went for a like nature reserved turned into a theme park, so it's very nature like. I did the pretzel stand here with some seating with the teacup ride, and then I've got the little refreshments stall here. I've also got the Dumbo ride kind of in the middle, and then down here I did a big walkway with lots of seating, and then the Aladdin ride, which I think works perfectly in this type of theme park build. I think it's probably the best one to use. Through this side I did a continuation of the theme park and also a transition area into the Forgotten Lands. So this is kind of my spooky ride area where we have the Tower of Terror. I put Jack Skellington's car as well as a freaky fountain. Here are some overview shots of the theme park. And then moving on to my Toon Town, I did my Toon Town next to my theme park, and I decided to do a jungle style Toon Town. So on this side I have Goofy's house, and I just used some tropical flooring to get to his house. And then on this side I have a little park area with a clock tower, lots of seating, this new fountain. And for this walkway I did a little market area with the Stitch stalls. This boat fits perfectly in this little lake, so of course I had to put it there. And then coming through here I have lots of boxes and barrels as well as a minecart, and this leads to Mickey's house. And for Mickey's little area back here I just put a couple of little rustic items to fit with the jungly theme. And then through here I did just the girls' houses, and there wasn't many items that I thought would fit the rustic theme as well as their theme, so I went very minimal but still very jungle-like. And then back through here I did some more tropical wood flooring, and this leads to another little market area using this little Stitch truck, which I just love so much. I think it looks so cute. Here are some overview shots of the area. Next we have the Forgotten Lands, which is my second favorite biome. I'm saving the best to last. So for this biome I went really overgrown with lots of different colored foliage. I wanted to make it really bright with the bright filter, super colorful. I used Lady Tremaine's house in this build, and I just put her house on this little circle that I made around this lake. And then coming through here we kind of have the main centerpiece, so I have these fountains, all four of them surrounding the well. And when you come over here you can have a good look at the mansion. I think it looks really good. On this side I have Jack Skellington's area, so I just have his house and I filled this side with pumpkins. And then on this side I did a little Christmas area because we know he loves Christmas. I just put some Christmas treats as well as a nice Christmas tree. And then coming back through here we have the other two fountains, and I just put his car over here in all of the foliage. And then on this side we can see the front of the mansion, and I just put lots and lots of pumpkins and stuff. Coming through here we have the main castle, the Nightmare Castle, and I just put some fountains in front of it. And then through here we have Jack Skellington's pumpkin area, which you can access through his house. And then back here I have this little potion witchy area with a cauldron. Now I don't have any of the coffins, so instead I used these little swirl boxes instead of the graves, and I just did 3 on each side. I really love this area. I think it looks pretty good. And then coming back through here I have the Tower of Terror and also the Jack Skellington hill, which I think looks really good in this little spot. So for this area I just put lots and lots of foliage, made sure it looked really bright, and yeah. Now for these overview shots, of course I had to show you what it looks like with the bright filter. I just think it looks so lush but so scary at the same time. Okay, last but definitely not least, this is my favorite biome, is my Forest of Valor, and I have made half of this into a city core build and the other half is my Belle and Beast village. So on this side of the build I put the confectionery stand, Mike and Sully's apartment, along with Daisy's store, and this is my main player house. And in front of my house I just put this little truck with lots of food all over the tables and stalls. And then I have a little sitting area where people can come and eat their fresh produce. And then I have a little ratatouille area where I just have 2 fountains, one on each side, and a little sitting area. I also have this little nook where you can look down into the other biome. I also did this little centerpiece here with the clock tower. And all of these edges I kind of just lined with these ratatouille fences and put lots of foliage and stuff like that inside. I then have my Scrooge store, another Mike and Sally apartment, and Remy's. And a little fountain by Remy's. Then over here I have this little ice cream shop and popcorn shop, and I also just used a little ice cream stall to store some ice cream. And then over here is where I have my well area. I just pathed this with some checkered pathing and put some apples in the corners. And then on this side I did my little bakery sitting area, so I just have 3 tables with some tea on them and then my raspberry bushes. I love how this little area looks. It's probably one of my favorite parts of my valley. Then over here I have some market areas, so I have this basket stall, this little flower stall, as well as a gem stall. And then through here is just kind of the path to lead into the other area, but I also added Goofy's stall because I didn't have another place to put this. Here are some overview shots of the build. And then lastly we have my Belle and Beast village with Gaston. This is the main entrance. I loved to use these stone lanterns that we got from the star path. I have a little sitting area on this side, and then this side leads to Gaston's house. So I have a little archery area. And then over here I have a little gym with his smoothie stall, which is actually really disgusting, with the raw chicken, milk and eggs just kind of left in the sun. And then we have the library where I have a little sitting area with lots of teas and biscuits. And then over here I have this little bookstore where people can come and pick up used books from the library for free, as well as some other little sitting areas and clock tower. And then through here I just have the main courtyard. So I have these fountains and foliages. This part is really pink. I also made sure to add the flower stall in this area. I think it looks really lovely next to the castle. And of course I added Belle's cottage to this build. So I just have a bike and a table filled with teas and some food. And this pathing that actually wraps around. Here are some overview shots of the build. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video gave you some inspiration, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Bye bye.